Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to share any and all things that bring me joy, hence the name Sharelation. Today's video is sort of a part 3 of my Japanese products series. I realized after I filmed the one about the makeup products that I forgot this little box here. So I thought I'd take the time out today to feature this, swatch it just to show you what these products look like on my skin tone and also some of my experiences in using it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here I have a Muji pencil case. It's actually a pencil case. It's like a hard plastic. I really like Muji products because it's very simple and clean, and that's sort of what I really like to gravitate towards. I use this to store my eye products, eyeliners and eyebrow pencils or whatnot. So it was just easy for me to keep in a drawer and keep everything nice and tidy. Just to show you this really quickly, I actually purchased this in Japan. Not to say that you can't find this in the Muji US stores, but I haven't seen them and I haven't purposely looked for it, but you might be able to find something similar in Muji. So just to take out my trusty tape measure, this one measures 7 inches across. And the height is about 2.5 inches. And the thickness is about 1 inch, just to give you a frame of reference. It's a typical pencil case, and obviously you can put other things in it. This is what I used it for. I like that it's like translucent, so you can see the products inside. Okay, so here I have a product from Canmake called the Nose Shadow Powder. So we'll go through this one first. You can see I've used this quite a bit. And it's supposed to let you contour your nose and your cheeks. This is a very light shade. Let's take a look in the back. It is, it doesn't really say that the shade number, but maybe it's 8E2. I'm not really sure. So if you take a look at this picture here, it's kind of small. It teaches you sort of how to use the product. So it's telling you to use color shades A and B, which would be the darker shade A and the lighter shade B, which is the highlighter. I've tried using it and my skin is quite fair, as you can see from my arm here. So it's already fair. And when I put this on, I really need to use a lot of product just for it to come off on my skin tone. So you can see it doesn't really show a whole lot. So I would say it doesn't really come up that well unless I put it on several times. So I've used a different brush for this just to use more of it, but you can see this is the second time I'm kind of putting this on my hand. You can see a little bit now, and now I'm gonna take more, which explains why it's already reached the pan, at least in the middle, because I really have to put on a lot just to show the shading, like a darker shading around the bridge of my nose. You can see it does show up a little bit, but I really gotta pack it on. So that's the con of this. You can sort of use this as eyeshadow, like a light brown taupey shade eyeshadow, but you can see just from this brush alone, which is very flexible and thin bristle, it doesn't really show. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Now the highlighter shade does kind of show. Let's put this on the side here. But again, I need to use a lot of it. And this brush is just so soft, it's hard to even get it to show in color. So you can see it's starting to shine a little bit in terms of the highlight, but I was a little bit disappointed with this product because it really doesn't, the color doesn't really show up that much. And I have to use a lot of it. And it's actually a little bit powdery. So you can see the highlight does show up a little bit, And this is the darker shade, which actually has a bit of a shimmer to it too. So sometimes I use this as like a base eyeshadow just to use the product. So just bear that in mind. So it says here shading and highlight. The cost of this, when I bought this in Japan, it says here $6.80, so about $6.80. I mean, it is what it is. It was just worth me trying, so I thought this would be helpful for you. Next are eyeliners and kind of eyebrow pencils or shading items. So I'll take them all out here. So these are for my eyebrows. These are eyeliners. This one is an Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. It's one of those, I think, birthday gifts from Sephora. So I thought I could do a comparison. This I use pretty much on a daily basis. This one is called, it's also from Canmake. It's called the Mix Eyebrow. And the shade is 03. And again, it has a little picture here to telling you how to use the different shades. For me, however, I just mix it. My brows are like a dark brown color. So what I do is, you can see I use the top two colors more. I sort of mix it. I don't use the bottom one too much because of the color of my brows. And it has made somewhat of a dent. I don't know if you can tell like this. Okay, so what I usually do, this comes with it, by the way. It's like, this is a spongy material, and on this side is a brush. Okay, so what I usually do is just mix it like that. I don't go, I'm not very specific on how I mix it, but I go like this, and on my brows, I would just kind of shade in the color like this. So it comes off pretty, pigmented. It does show. I don't need it to be super dark or anything. It's just to enhance my brows and give it a little more definition. So just like that, it comes off and it shows up pretty well. So when I need to, I would just take more of either color or just mix it again and do the same across the brow like that. So it does go on very nice and soft. And when I'm done, I would usually use this end just to soften it out, or I would use, this one is from Cezanne. I'll show this next. I'll use this spoolie and just go like that across the hairs of my brow. I've used this for a good year already, and it has barely even made a dent. So I would say this lasts quite long. I'm always very eager to finish my products and try something new. Let me know in the comments below if you have that experience. So I was actually excited to see this reach the pan. So even if I don't even finish using it, at least I used it, right? And I make good use of my money. So this is the Canmake Mix Eyebrow. Next is a product I use when I'm traveling. I mean, this is small enough I can bring it around, but sometimes when I really want to bring less, I take this one. So this one's called by Cezanne, Twist Up Eyebrow with Spiral Brush. And the color is 03, so like a dark brown color to match my brows. This one is like a, has two sides. So this has like a twist up tip that's already kind of slanted like that. And so when I shade my brows, I haven't used this in a while, so maybe it dried up a little bit. There we go. So I would just fill in my brows like this. And it does go on quite easily. I think it's just been a while since I used this. So let's try it here some more. Okay, so it takes a little effort, but overall it starts to come across in terms of the color. And so for somebody like me that's not very good with makeup, it's helpful to have it go on, subtly, and I just keep applying it as needed. So this is sort of like a crayon type of texture. And then again, I would use the spoolie to like even it out like that. Okay, So that's this product. I generally like using it. It's very convenient to travel because it comes with this. So either or, sometimes I bring both, just depends. Now, just to compare that with this Anastasia brow definer, it's called Soft Brown. Again, it's the sample because I got it as part of one of those birthday giveaways or birthday gifts. Okay, so let's compare this. So this was these two were from the Cezanne brow definer. And this one is like this. Okay, so this is a soft brown. So you can see the color is similar. The way it goes on is also similar. Okay, this one I don't think has the other tip. No, it's just the pencil, if you will. So I use this, and then again I would take it across with the spoolie. So I would say it's comparable. The texture is similar, the way it goes on is similar, the color is similar. Of course, the price point might be different. Let's see if it says the price here. No, but I think it was just like a couple hundred yen, maybe $6 or $7. And for the full size of this, I'm not sure. I'm sure like Sephora or something will have the price of that. So those are those products that I use all the time. There's also this one I saw in Japan that I thought I would give it a shot. It's a Shiseido Eyebrow Pencil, and in the color brown, number 3. This one is really like a pencil. Oh, and this has 200 yen, so about $2. So I figured, let me just give it a shot. It's only $2. I have used this already. I've sharpened it once. So when I put it on my brow, I usually angle it like this so it's not like, the tip is on my brow. The color again is similar, but it really is like a pencil-like texture, as with all of these kind of products. So when I draw it on, it does draw it on. Like if I really color it harder, it will come across a line like that. But again, when you take a spoolie like this, it does soften it out and even it out a little bit. So I just mix it up and use these products interchangeably. It's pretty much the same for me. Okay, last set of items. These are all eyeliners. So these two are from Japan, and this one is from Physicians Formula. I will talk about these two first. So this one is from Canmake, called Quick Easy Eyeliner, and this is a black color. It says 01. Okay, so this one comes off like really black. You can see the tip is very thin, which I like. So if I just do one sweep across, it is very thin like that, okay? But if I really want to make it thicker, it comes off like that, right? Okay, so that's just classic black eyeliner. This one is called Cezanne Goku Boso eyeliner. Hopefully I said that right. It is in like a dark brown color. I don't even know if it says the color name, but it's in a dark brown color. The tip is similar. You can see the tip is also very pointy here, so it can come off thin. And of course, if you sweep it harder, it comes off thicker. So this is the dark brown. And this one is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in the color Deep Brown. Ironically, I saw this recently in Target, and I remember when I bought it, it did say made in Japan. It doesn't say it on the pencil itself or the eyeliner itself, but I saw the packaging and my memory was correct. It does say made in Japan. Okay, now this, you can see the tip is very similar. It's a tapered tip. It's thin on the top. So when you sweep it across, I've used this for quite a while now, so I think I'm running low on it. But if I sweep it across a couple more times, when it's new, it comes off sort of like these, but this is like a lighter brown, a little bit lighter, but similar to the dark brown if I sweep it across a couple of times. Now, here's the thing. When I remove the makeup, Of course, all three of these are very similar. The structure of the tip is very similar. It comes off very easily. I'm sorry, it goes on very easily. However, the problem is when it comes off. Now, when I try and take a actually it's water based, so I can remove each of these just with water, but I'll show you here right now. The problem is with the two from Japan, it takes a little while to get it off. So of course with makeup remover, it will come off more easily, but if you're just looking to take it off with water, the Physicians Formula one will come off very easily with water. See, just like that. I just wet a napkin with water, only water, no makeup remover, and I just swipe it across here and it comes off like that. The ones from Japan, which are these two, it takes a bit of effort. See, like the brown one, I have to apply a little more force on it. It does come off, but you can see it's a little more difficult. So I would recommend for the ones from Japan, these two, to use makeup remover. And the black one I think is even harder. Look, it does stay on, like for sure. So this here, I really have to rub it across a couple of times. It eventually comes off with water, not like it's permanent, but it just takes a bit more effort, just to show here, in case that matters to you. Okay, so overall, these are the products I use all the time for my brows and eyeliner. Hopefully this was helpful in case you were wondering about the Japanese products. And for me, my favorite eyeliner is the Physicians Formula because it's just so easy to put on and remove. And I do recommend, not this one, but these eyebrow products, particularly this one, because you can sort of mix and match the shade of your brows. So that's it for me. Hopefully this was helpful. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.